spending time with the right people. First, you have to understand that the Bible is pretty clear that who you hang around influences who you become. Who you hang around influences who you become. So we need to hang around the right kind of people, don't we? When it comes to fellowship, we got to hang around the right people. Now, we can look at this from two aspects. There's a negative aspect or a negative perspective, and then there's a positive perspective. The people you hang around, you become like, right? From a very negative perspective, here's what the Scripture says in 1 Corinthians 15:33. Be not deceived, evil communication corrupts good manners, or evil company corrupts a good way of life. That's what that's saying. The people you hang around influence who you become. Matter of fact, one commentator, he said this: he who frequents the company of bad or corrupt men will soon be as they are. If you are hang around the bad people, you become a bad person. And that's Bible. That's what this is saying right here. Be not deceived. Evil communication, the people you hang around, will change how you live and how you make decisions. We've heard for years, and obviously I have two kids, and we've heard for years, I know my parents said this, they said, watch out who you hang around, right? I'm not so much concerned on the surface with my kids' behavior. Now, wait a second. Pay attention. I'm concerned with who influences their behavior. If I can monitor who my kids hang around, if I can monitor their friendships, who is their best friend? If you've never asked your kid who they like to hang around, you ought to figure that out. Because that's important. Because if they say, well, I like to hang around so-and-so, and you find that so-and-so's parents aren't Christians, and they're not teaching their kids Christian values, then you got a problem. And negative people will impact you negatively. Evil, corrupt people are only going to bring evil and corruption into your life. And it's interesting, this verse, be not deceived. Don't be tricked by this. And so many people are tricked by this, aren't they? They come up with this idea that says, well, they're not really influencing me. These people aren't really influencing me. I hang around them, but they're not really influencing me. Those people are deceived. They are being tricked into thinking that other people won't influence their behavior. Now, they don't know this, but they're saying, well, the Bible ain't true because I can handle those influences. You know what the Bible's saying? The Bible's saying you can't handle the influences. You have to be really careful with that. One day, a farmer grabbed a shotgun to shoot a flock of pesky crows. Unfortunately, he didn't see his sociable parrot that had joined the crows. After firing a few shots, he walked over into the fallen birds and was surprised to find his parrot badly ruffled with a broken wing. When the farmer's children saw the injured bird, they asked, "Dad, what happened?" To which the farmer replied, "Bad company." And friends, we are going to be injured by those people we hang around. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Think of this verse in Proverbs 13:20, where it says, a companion of fools shall be destroyed. If you're going to hang around foolish people, expect destruction. Company you keep is important, and it's so important that Solomon went out of his way to not just say, be careful of the people you hang around. His goal wasn't to say just be careful. As a matter of fact, he went even further, and he says this in Proverbs 4. He says, enter not into the path of the wicked. So not just don't hang around them, don't even enter the path. He says, and go not in the way of evil men, avoid it, pass not by it. Listen, turn from it and pass away. Company is so important. The people you fellowship with If it is a negative influence, it will impact you negatively. Period. People say, no, I can't be touched by that. Well, then you're deceived. Then you're deceived. We need to be with the right people. Spend time with the right people. Now, from a positive perspective, that's a negative perspective, but from a positive perspective, you become like the majority of people you hang around. You become like the majority of people you hang around. And if that doesn't scare you, it should. But there's a positive side to that, and that is this. You become like the majority of people you hang around. So choose your company wisely. In that same verse in Proverbs 13, he says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise. If you want to be wise, if you want to have wisdom, walk with the people that have wisdom. If you want to be a positive person, then walk with the people that are positive people. If you want to be a gracious person, hang around those people that are gracious, because you become like the majority of people you hang around. Let me tell you what, if you want to be positive, hang around positive. If you want to be negative, hang around negative. Now, this is really good, because when we think about our affiliation, when we think about those people that we're hanging around, do we say that these people can rub off on me and it is a positive thing? Or do we question, do we say, wait a second, these people are going to influence me, and I'm going to become like the majority of people I hang around. So therefore, I have to be careful at who I associate with. And make sure that if I want to be wise, I'm not hanging around a bunch of fools, but I'm hanging around a bunch of wise people. You assimilate to those to whom you associate. Make sure that you're hanging around the right kind of people.